I am emotional. I am reactive. I am loyal though. I'm fucking loyal to the people I'm loyal to. I just don't think I make that clear enough. So I plan on making that really clear this game. I would actually like to find one woman and just fucking ride with her.
I pride myself in my social game. I'm hoping it can get me far, but I'm also very, very strategic. I love my favorite thing to do in these games is like feel out who I'm playing with and then adapt to like who they are as people so that I can like manipulate my way through the game.
With the assumptions that people have about how I play, that being coupled with I really like Ryan would just be bad. But I think also as the game progresses, me not having super tight connections with the people left is going to hurt me a little bit. But I think I'm good enough as a challenge competitor and as a bullshitter that I can maneuver.
Good afternoon or evening to our final three in the BBH 14 house. Y'all have gone the distance, but we still have one final HOH to crown. Here with your part one results. The winner of this will move on to part three. In third place with a time of 4 minutes and 6 seconds, Ryan R.T. Taylor, which means it comes down to Erica and Angelica, winning part one and moving on to part three automatically with a time of 7 minutes and 35 seconds. Congratulations, Erica. We'll be seeing you in part three. Angelica and Ryan will be seeing you tomorrow in part two. Good luck. You've had a very exciting last 24 hours at least, coming away with the final four power of veto, win in Jeopardy, and casting the soul vote to evict, and then winning part one today, which means a guaranteed slot in part three, so a 50-50 chance of being the final HOH this season and guaranteeing it in the final two. What are your thoughts right now?
First and foremost, I am just like so ecstatic with how the past couple of days have gone. I mean, and like, don't get me wrong, I've always been very high on my game. Like, I know the type of game I've played, I know the type of player that I am. But there was just a string of events that were happening that I was like, okay, I'm in this good position in the game. I don't think I'm getting evicted necessarily anytime soon, but like all of my plans keep getting like shattered and crushed on. And that's just because, it came to a point where I was like, I thought Ryan needed to go in order for me to have the best chance to get to the end game and to win. But as it turns out, I'm here, and I did it on my own. I am so proud of the fact that like when I didn't need to win comps to show my cards, I didn't win them. Whether that was mostly because I didn't throw any comps. I mean, I was just bad at them. But like I knew when I needed to turn it up. And so I won that HOH for the double. I won Final Four power veto. I won this part, and I just need to win the fucking last part, which I think I can do. I think I can do. I just need to focus. I have known for a really, really long time, since like Final 10 maybe, that Danielle could not get to the end, anywhere near the end. I love her to death, and she's been such a great ally of mine because I knew she had my back, but I would be dumb if I did not evict her last night. Granted, there were reasons why maybe I should have evicted Angelica just because we're so similar in games, but at this point, I am so confident in the game that I've played. I think I can talk against either of these people. And if I lose, then I know that the winner is like it. The season's in good hands. Like I think I would love to lose to Angelica more than I would to Ryan. So I want to have that decision whether I take Ryan or Angelica. But I think at the end of the day, it comes down to whose promise I want to break if I win, because I have final twos with both of these people to cover my ass. Hopefully that in the event that they win, they take me so that I can talk about my game. Do I want to take Ryan and take that risk and be like, hey, I think I played a better game than Ryan. I'm more well-rounded completely. And risk like the fact that there's some people on the jury that may take the comp wins and see that as a really, really good thing? Or do I take my day one and just try my hardest to talk myself out of that box that I've been put in with her and lose to someone that's amazing that I love? Even though Ryan is amazing, I love him as well. I just would rather, because of the way this game has gone, lose to Angelica than I would with Ryan. I'd be very upset if I lost to Ryan, I think. My biggest hurdle in terms of endgame is, I think, going to be jury management, but I think I have a way to talk myself out of that as well. Whether people respect it or not, I don't know, but I'm going to try. I never lied once to people at the door, I don't think, besides Courtney. That one I take full blame for. I lied blatantly and directly to her face, which, looking back on it, I wish I did not do, but I have reasoning for it. I think she sees it as unnecessary lying, and I think to a certain extent I should have been honest with her. I think there was, in hindsight, no reason to lie, but at that point I was going off. So the context in my head is like, I, you know, was talking, she was in my alliance with the girls, and I had my suspicions that she was really close to Daniel. And then after live night, Daniel and Jabbar were a thing. So I was just suspicious of the whole thing. And when I got on that call with Jabbar before live night, and he was like, you or Daniel, Courtney, me, and you would be like my ideal group. And then the way live night went down, I was like, something's really, really fishy here. And I had positioned myself too well to not think about endgame at that point. I was thinking about endgame at final like 11. And so I was like, okay, there's really shady shit going on right now. I don't trust Courtney at this point because I know she has priorities otherwise because of the way live night went. Like I knew she had involvement, but I didn't have any hard evidence. The only thing that I knew was that Jabbar told me like, hey, I know Angelica posted those screenshots of this group. I don't know if you're in it necessarily. And the way he approached that conversation made me think that it was leaked. So I saved my ass and said, yeah, it's a 5-person alliance with Robert in it. So I, without knowing Courtney leaked the alliance, technically leaked the alliance. So I did not want to be caught in my lie and tell Courtney that she was going home and have her be like, why? What is this? Questioning me. And then have everything blow up in my face. And then my entire spot in the house was blown up. So I kind of like was being really shady around that point, and I'm trying to talk it up in a way that seems like, hey, I was running circles around you, but not sound cocky about it. I just caught on to something, hoped that it was a thing that had actually leaked beforehand, and just ran with it. So it was a huge risk that I had to take, but it was something that I was willing to take because I was thinking about endgame, and Courtney was not going to take me to her endgame. That's how I thought about it. So I had reasoning for it. It doesn't seem like I did at the time, but that was my reasoning for it. Whether it's something that she'll respect or not, maybe not, because it directly left her out of the plan and she was 10th. But that's just how I saw it. I did not think I was in her endgame plans, no matter what she said to me, because of the evidence that I had been given. In terms of everyone else that was out the door, Robert, I was next to him. He was my ally. I wanted to go far with him. I don't know what else to say about that. Who went after Courtney? Jabbar, next to him again. He had done what he did. He's kind of looped into what happened with Courtney. I don't know what to say about that. But Daniel and Jack were next. Jack is someone else that I apologized to in my goodbye message because I was dealing with so much with Daniel, because at that point, Jack was a dead man walking. And admittedly, I fell into the mindset of like, I need to deal with Daniel. I don't really have room to talk to anyone else. And so I didn't really say a goodbye or talk to him. And so I apologized to him in his goodbye message. But I think he's another person that he knew I had reason to put him up. And I had reason to put Daniel up too. Daniel was trying to save his ass. There was no way that I was going to be in his endgame plans after that. Like, I just don't believe it for a second. And he had given me every reason before I evicted him to put him up and evict him and get rid of him as somebody that I was working with. I had tried so hard to work with Daniel. I kept him over Abby. I was very, very upfront with him with what I was doing up until the last second. I literally, in our PMs, I left the fucking group chat. I shouldn't have. But I remember, I said, Daniel, people are lying to you. This is not going to tie. Therefore, I will not break it in your favor. And if it is, you've already spread so much misinformation that I'm not breaking it in your favor. You are doing this to someone who could have been an ally for you. And then you went and tried to flip the vote on me during Jabbar. And that's not okay with me. And he's gone now. Jack's gone. And I'm in the final 3. So obviously I did something right. It's just a matter of kind of persuading them into thinking like, hey, I did not do this out of spite. I didn't do it maliciously. I just did it because I had all this evidence that I finally acted on. So yeah, it's just like, it's hard because I think these people may have the wrong impression of me just based off what Courtney did on her way out that I'm hoping I can rectify. In terms of Lands, I think I handled that elimination perfectly. I love Lands. And then AJ, I don't even want to relive it, but I think I made the right move because I got to take out Danielle, which is what I had been wanting to do. And I wanted the power to do that because I knew she gets to the end, she sweeps the jury. She's had the most well-rounded game. She's played phenomenally. And she just won a game. She's incredible. There was no way I could not take up that opportunity. So yeah, up until this point, that's kind of my thought process. It's such a long explanation. I have to think of how to say it more concisely and not cocky and not piss off the jury even more than they already am at me, probably.
What is up, everybody? It is me, Josh, live. We have part 2 of the Final HOH. Whoever wins this competition here in a few minutes is going to go on to face Erica in tomorrow night's live part 3, which will happen during the finale. Ryan is here. Angelica is here. Are you guys ready to do
it? My arrow worked right for a split second. Now,
does that make you feel better?
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, putting it back. All right. Here's how tonight's Final HOH Part 2 competition will work. You are going to be asked a 10-question quiz, and the answers to the quiz will be either before or after. I will ask you a question about an event in the season. You will have to tell me if it happened before or after. It will make sense when you hear the question. So go ahead and get your paper ready with a before and an after. If there's a tie, the tiebreaker will be a stay or fold image. I will show a new stay or fold image and ask a question about it, and that will be the tiebreaker if we have to get to that point. All right, and let's get on with it. Question number 1. Was the Frogger BBH arcade machine closed before or after the Donkey Kong BBH arcade machine? All right, let's see them. Angelica says before. Ryan says after. The correct answer is after. Donkey Kong closed at 2 a.m. and Frogger closed at noon. So RT scores the first point. Question number 2. Did Courtney receive her first vote to evict before or after Jabbar played the secret power of veto advantage? All right, let's see them. You both say before, and you were both correct. Question number 3. Did the 4th unanimous vote of the season occur before or after the 2nd female HOH of the season was crowned? All right, let's see it. Angelica, I think you said after. I can't tell. You did. You said the correct answer is before. So RT scores the point on that. Question number 4. Was Julia plagued in the HOH competition before or after Robert was plagued in the HOH competition? All right, let's see it. You both say after. You're both correct because Robert plagued Julia. Scores 4-2 going into question number 5. Did Lands play in his 3rd Power of Veto competition before or after AJ played in his 5th Power of Veto competition? All right, let's see. RT has it correct. It is after. That is 5-2. Question number 6. Did Daniel tell the house via video that it took 7 rounds to get him out before or after white, red, yellow, and green triangles were shown to the house guests for a competition? All right, let's see. Both said before, both correct. Score 6-3 going into question number 7. Abby placed on the podium for the first time before or after Tommy placed on the podium for the second time? All right, let's see. Both say after, both correct. Question number 8. Ryan won his 5th competition of the season before or after anyone won their 3rd competition of the season? All right, let's see. You both say before. You're both incorrect. And I believe because Ryan is up 3, there's only 2 questions left. Ryan, congratulations. You have won part 2 of the Final HOH, and you move on to part 3, which happened tomorrow night live